What is up, Broncos fans? The Denver Broncos show back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be recapping and breaking down the Broncos' 41-17 win over the Oakland Raiders on Sunday in Oakland. Great win for us, great bounce-back performance for us after that tough loss in Foxborough to the Patriots last week. Always great to beat the Raiders, get another divisional win, and we're now 7-2 on the year. So good job by the Broncos bouncing back again from that tough outing last week against New England. Now, looking at some of the good things the Broncos did here in this game, we really did kind of have a rough start here against the Raiders. After that first quarter, the game was tied 3-3. Peyton Manning had 2 early interceptions, and the Raiders were playing tough. They were hanging tough there in that first quarter and even a little bit in the second quarter. But from the second quarter on, we really kind of turned it up into another gear and really manhandled this team, stopped playing down to our competition, which is something this team has been susceptible over the past 3 seasons with Peyton Manning. But again, from that second quarter on, he kind of woke up and he just manhandled this team. He outscored them 38-14 from that point on. And again, just kicked it into overdrive, kicked it into another gear, and did play down to our competition. Showed some urgency there on the offensive side of the football, and again, just manhandled this team from that second quarter on. Offensively, I thought we played really well in this game. Showed some balance on that side of the football for once. He finished with 471 total yards of offense against this Raiders defense, 353 passing yards, 118 rushing yards. Again, there's that balance that we didn't have last week against New England on the offensive side of the football. And he finished with 6.2 yards per play, 25 first downs. I mean, this was a very dominant performance by this Broncos offense against what is a very, very poor Raiders defense. And any defense in the NFL, if they allow us to have that much balance on the offensive side of the football, allow us to average 6.2 yards per play, you're not going to stop us, and it's going to be a very long night for your defensive unit. So Manning, even though he threw those 2 interceptions early on in that first quarter, he still finished with a pretty damn good game here against the Raiders. He was 31 of 44 for 340 yards, and he had 5 touchdowns again to go along with those 2 picks. The 2 interceptions are unacceptable, especially against this team. Again, to do that in the first quarter as well, it's just unacceptable. Very, very poor throws by Peyton Manning, poor decision making by him there on those throws, just forcing those throws. And again, he's got to be more careful with the ball and better with his decision making. It seems like over the past few games, he's thrown at least an interception in all those games. So he's got to be a little bit better with his decision making starting this week against St. Louis. But still, the guy finished with only 13 incompletions, 340 yards, 5 touchdowns. I mean, he still had a wonderful game here. The touchdown throw that he had to Emmanuel Sanders, where Emmanuel Sanders beat the corner, and Peyton Manning just put it right over the corner and right beautifully between the safety as well before the safety could come over the top to help. I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful throw there by Peyton Manning, beautiful ball placement by him. Also has 2 interceptions. I mean, one of them, the first one was like on his second passing attempt. So again, you can't commit those type of mistakes and make those poor decisions as a quarterback, especially early on in a game, expect to win. Luckily, we were playing a shitty team in the Oakland Raiders. I mean, if you would have committed those 2 interceptions in the first quarter, say against a team like the Green Bay Packers or the Seahawks or the Colts or Patriots, teams of that caliber, you would have been in a lot of trouble. So got to clean up those mistakes. Demaryius Thomas, once again, was phenomenal. 11 catches, 108 yards for him. Had 14 targets in this game. Wasn't that explosive. He didn't have that 2-3 big explosive plays that I expect from him almost every game, but he still did a good job of getting some chunk yardage for us again and capitalizing on those shorter routes and consistently getting open. His route running was phenomenal in this game. Emmanuel Sanders, again, was great. 5 catches, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Already talked about the beautiful throw that Peyton Manning had to him between the corner and safety. Great job by Emmanuel Sanders beating the corner there, 101, and the other touchdown, that little seam right over the middle. Again, great job by Emmanuel Sanders of showing off that speed, that quickness he possesses and has, and beating those corners down the field. And great job of Peyton Manning of making those throws to him for those 2 touchdowns. And Julius Thomas, I've been begging the Broncos for like 3 games, I feel now, to finally get him the ball, get him more involved on offense, and we did that just here against Oakland. He goes for 6 catches, 63 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7 targets in this game. It was good to see us just get him more involved, and it was good to see Julius Thomas kind of back to playing at the type of level that he was, over the first 6-7 games. Gets 2 touchdowns here. I think he now is 13 or 14 on the year. It was great to see us get him more involved in the offense, and again, it was great to see him get those touchdowns, one of which just came out a little, he was out open in the flat. Peyton Manning just threw it to him, and he turned it upfield for 15, 20 yards. Again, making some plays in the open field. Good to see us getting the ball to Julius Thomas, getting him more involved once again in the passing game and on the offensive side of the football. And lastly, the biggest surprise for us offensively was probably C.J. Anderson. C.J. Anderson comes in this game and fills in for Ronnie Hillman, who suffered, I think, a mid-foot sprain in this game, so he's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks. So it looks like C.J. Anderson's going to be our new running back, and like Ronnie Hillman did, 4 weeks ago, he kind of brought some life into our running game here in this game. He finishes with 13 attempts for 90 yards. He averaged 6.9 yards per carry, and he's great in the passing game. 4 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown. He had that 51-yard touchdown run. I mean, just an insane play by C.J. Anderson. Great job by him of making a play out of nothing. I mean, it was a little almost like a screen pass from Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was under pressure, just threw it out to him like on a little check down route. And C.J. Anderson did a great job of making like 4 or 5 Raiders defenders miss, tight roping the sideline, and then cutting it back all the way to the other side of the field, and again turn it upfield for 51 yards for a touchdown. Great job by C.J. Anderson. I mean, he's just a natural playmaker, and while he might not be as big as Juwan Thompson or as physical as Juwan Thompson, maybe not as fast as Ronnie Hillman, he's kind of a mixture of both. He's more well-rounded than both of them. He can block. He's obviously a very good receiver in the passing game, and he can run in between the tackles. He's got a great burst. He's extremely quick in the open field, and he's going to, now probably be the starting running back for the Broncos. So excited to see what C.J. Anderson can do starting this week against St. Louis, and again, just a great kind of all-around game for him here against Oakland on Sunday. He was huge for us in this win. We hold them to only 222 total yards offense. That's phenomenal. 30 rushing yards. They only averaged 2 yards per carry in this game, which is great. Defensively, just physically manhandled this offensive line. They only averaged 3.6 yards per play. They really, again, got nothing going offensively, never got in a rhythm, and just played very dominantly and very physical here in this game on the defensive side of the football. And again, it starts with the ability to get off the field on third downs as a defense. You hold the Raiders to 5 of 18. Again, 5 of 18 on their third down conversions. They only had 10 first downs in this game. Just a brilliant job at executing on third down. And again, not allowing them to get in a rhythm, just physically manhandling them up front, winning that point of attack. And just a great job by the Broncos defense all around as a unit. Really not allowed the Raiders to do anything whatsoever, whether it be in the passing game or the running game. And you forced 3 turnovers. You love seeing that. T.J. Ward had a great interception. Bradley Roby just made a beautiful play on the interception he had. He practically ran the route for the Raiders wide receiver and just turned around. Perfect timing. Boom, ball was right there for him to intercept. And then Chris Harris also had a fumble recovery, so you love seeing that. Just a great job defensively of forcing turnovers, getting off the field on third down, holding to only 10 first downs. They only averaged 3.6 yards per play. Just a great performance by the Broncos defense here against the Raiders. And now looking at the bad things we did here in this game, really not much to complain about as a Broncos fan. Like I said, this was a pretty dominant performance by us, especially by our defense, but also by our offense. But we did have 12 penalties in this game for 95 yards. Again, those are just mental errors, minor mistakes. You just got to clean that up. You can't expect to beat good teams, can't expect to win the playoffs when you have 12 penalties again for 95 yards. Can't give up that many free yards away to the opposition. And again, the 2 turnovers, the 2 picks by Peyton Manning, you cannot turn the ball over, especially that quick in the first quarter, and force those throws. Terrible decision making by Peyton Manning in that first quarter, but hopefully he will improve starting this week against St. Louis. And then our defense, our pass rush has been great all season long, but really was kind of non-existent in this game. You get 0 sacks from the Broncos defense here in this game. They only had 3 quarterback hits. We didn't really do a great job of pressuring Derek Carr in this game. Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware only combined for like 1 quarterback hit in this game. So those guys got to be more of a presence in the pass rush. But our coverage downfield was phenomenal all game. Again, Bradley Roby, T.J. Ward, Chris Harris, Aqib Talib, our guys in the secondary were great, being physical with Oakland's receivers and really kind of forcing Derek Carr to hold that ball for 5, 6, 7 seconds. Really had no one to go to. Our coverage was phenomenal. So we really didn't need our passers in this game. But you would like to see Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware have a better game against a poor offensive line like Oakland has and be more of a presence there. But even though they didn't get to the quarterback, they both still were good in the run game. Von Miller made some plays in the run game, getting in the backfield, and DeMarcus Ware was disruptive all game in the run game. Had like 2 straight tackles in this game for loss. Just played really well in this game, reading the run, and again sealing that edge in the run game. But I'd like to see them be better again rushing the passer. And then offensively, you go 7 of 15 on your third down conversions. That's not bad, almost 50%. Not really going to gripe on that, but we can do better offensively, especially against a defense like this on third down. 7 of 15. You can do much better than that. Got to convert more on third down, keep our defense out the field. But great win for the Broncos. Always good to kick the Raiders' ass. And to all the Raiders fans out there, hang in there, man. I truly, as much as I hate this team, I do feel for that fan base. They are loyal. Their team's 0-9 right now, but they got some young pieces there, good young pass rusher in Khalil Mack. They got, in my opinion, a very good young quarterback in Derek Carr. If they can just add some more pieces at the skills positions and build through the draft free agency, this would be a better Raiders team for sure in the years to come. But nonetheless, always great to beat them. 41-17, now 7-2 on the year. And we move on to take on St. Louis this weekend. So should be an interesting game on the road in St. Louis. They're always a tough team to play in St. Louis. I think they beat Seattle there already this season. They got a great defensive line. They're great at getting to the quarterback. Their defense is always physically stout, and they always do a good job of forcing you to work as an offense. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for us. They've got a great coach as well in Jeff Fisher, and it'll be an interesting game on Sunday in St. Louis against the Rams. Hopefully we can move to 8-2. So that's it for me, guys. Whether you're a Broncos fan, Raiders fan, football fan, you know the drill at this point. Hopefully leave me a comment below. What'd you think of this game? What'd you think of Week 10 in the NFL? Thanks for watching, guys. Go Broncos.